In this first video, you see Jerry trying to lift her arms up into what would be a goalpost position, and you can see that her range of motion is fairly limited when she gets up to the top. Here, Jerry performs the Apley scratch test. She's capable of reaching over her head pretty far. However, she did describe to me that she does get a headache when she does that for any length of time. And as far as balance goes, both arms seem to be pretty close as far as her flexibility goes, reaching overhead. As far as scratching her back goes, you'll see that her right arm has a substantial amount of flexibility in it. And then as she draws her left arm around, you'll see that it is not quite the same as her right. And now you see Jerry on all fours and demonstrating her sternum drop. And she has movement in her upper body, contrary to what I thought would happen when I saw her moving, encompassing a big range of motion, taking off her shirt and drawing her arms up and around. And you can see Jerry has a lot of movement going on here. Once again, attributed to the water aerobics and the active lifestyle that Jerry has continued to lead after her double mastectomy. She's explained that she was quite comfortable performing this motion as well. And here we begin the restoration flow, and this is Jerry getting ready to do the flop, flop, and lift. And you can see that she's just bending her arms at the wrist, where when I demonstrated and told her what to do, I told her to bend her elbows and really get her arms going, get some movement going. And that's what she chose to do right here. And this was one of the movements that I saw that she doesn't have a ton of body awareness in. And angel arms coming all the way up. Very easy for Jerry to do. She didn't complain of any pain performing those angel arms. And here she is taking off the shirt again. Here you can see Jerry performing the hammock pose with her one hand behind her head and the other hand on her lower abdominals. She is not lifting her head up too high, but she is still not able to keep the abdominals in as she's coming up. But she's trying. Here you can see Jerry performing the C exercises with her arms and legs extended out. She's trying to slide into a C position and then reverse it. I'm not sure. I think this mat was a little bit too sticky because she did have trouble sliding on it. However, she is able to slide fairly easily as far as evenly on both sides. You can see she brought one leg over at a time there. And then we added the rolling to the side position, and Jerry was able to do that. Now, granted, her abdomen kind of helped pull her over to the side. And here she goes the other way, and she was able to understand what I wanted her to do on this one. We did have to try it a couple of times because she didn't understand to hit the C position first before rolling over to the side, but she was able to do it. You can see that last little bit there is just her weight bringing her over and not an effort, really. As far as performing the stroke the cat, Jerry was able to provide some movement with her abdomen coming in and out. She knew what I meant. It does look like she's kind of holding herself up on her elbow a little bit, but she is able to get some movement in there. And I really just see in a lot of ways Jerry has a lack of body awareness from never having been taught what's where and what it should feel like to move. Here she is again, holding on to the other side, sticking the stomach out and in, out and in. She's pretty good at it. And then she strokes the cat with her thigh hand. In the long sitting sweeps position, Jerry is performing pretty well. She's sliding her fingers along the floor toward her feet, reaching and looking to the side as she does so. I really believe that her abdomen is creating problems for her as far as her flexibility. In the breath of fire, I needed to move Jerry up to a chair so that she could perform this exercise. It was hard for her to sit up in a crisscross position. And once again, no one's ever worked with her really on breathing. In the singer twist, Jerry performs the horizontal movement with the arms fairly evenly and with ease. And then when she adds the head into it, she doesn't really put any of the twisting into her waist. She just twists with her head and her arms, and she appears to have a fairly equal range of motion there. Next, I had Jerry perform the semicircles, and as you can see here, she does struggle sitting crisscross, sweeping the little finger over and around the floor in front of her and arching to the side up to a seated position. She is struggling, and I think a big part of it, once again, is her abdomen being kind of in the way, but she's doing the best she can. In the leg pull-up or the long sit position, I at first had Jerry modified by staying on the floor with pressing the hips up and pressing the heels into the floor, but she was able to lift her hips up and perform this exercise pretty well, keeping the feet on the floor. And here is Jerry performing the full exercise. She's lifting everything at once. Now, I would have rather had her lift her bottom up off the floor and then lift the leg, but she's doing everything at once here and doing it pretty well. There, now she gets the movement correct. In this scene, I had Jerry lay down prone and try to lift up her body into extension, and she had great difficulty doing this, partly probably because of her weak abdominals, but also I doubt that she's doing much extension in the pool as well. In this scene, Jerry is performing the downward dog position, and I just had her go up shortly for the first one just to see if she was comfortable doing that, and she was, so she held it a little bit longer. And this is probably so good for her for upper body strength for restoration. Here is Jerry doing her balances, and she's trying to lift up to the left side, which I see as her weaker side, and partly because of the lymph nodes being removed from that side. And there she goes. And you can see the weight of her abdomen draws her forward as far as the balance goes. She doesn't have great ab strength going on. And on the other side, however, she is a lot stronger. And you can see from the very first movement that she is able to lift up on that side without really falling forward at all. Overall, I think that Jerry is doing pretty well considering what she has been through, and that no one has really worked with her on her ability to move. And I look forward to helping her out in the future. Thank you.